Yeah, and so it also appears that George Takei, one of my favorite gay personalities, has had a lunch meeting with the Donald Trump, and supposedly he's trying to convince him to, I don't know, I mean, support gay marriage, or I don't know really what George's point was about this lunch event or lunch meeting with the Donald regarding gay marriage. I think it was. That's what they talked about. And what was surprising is that the Donald comes out and says that yeah, he was at a gay wedding and that it was beautiful. you know, if I knew Donald Trump, obviously I do want him to go to my wedding because that would be a nice wedding gift. I hope. I mean, he has all this money. He's loaded. Obviously, he's gonna give out the best wedding gift. Um, but the Donald has always been, can I say it quite frankly, always for showbiz. Like with the birth certificate and all that shit. And I talked about the birth certificate and I mentioned my, my problems with that story. And I don't want to go through it again, but the Donald was in it for showbiz. He was in it to create a lot of media attention. I mean, he's a media whore. I mean, that's what he is. And I bet you that soon, once the heat is over, from this election, he's gonna come out for gay marriage, something like that. He's gonna say, yeah, I've decided that, business-wise, I think it's a right decision. Yeah, I think it's correct. I had a lunch meeting with George Takei, and he convinced me. Uh, I bet you that's gonna be next. And then, of course, another conspiracy theory. And there are a lot of what we call conspiracy theories out there that I think some of them have some form of value. I mean, there's some truth into some of these conspiracy theories. But then who's doing the investigating? Who's really, who's really doing the hard work to find out what's going on? And that's the problem that we have with these conspiracy theories. That some of these people that take on these theories are very biased. They want to have one way at it, and that, I don't know. But I bet you that the next conspiracy theory would be, I want to see Obama's gay marriage license. Well, there's a theory out there that Obama is well known in the Chicago gay scene, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that black cock has been everywhere. And what I've heard is that it's not that big. Yeah, Obama has this really. Yeah, what I heard was that Obama has a really small cock. And oh well, whatever. But there you go, George Takei having a lunch date with the Donald. And well, George says that it was it was a very good meeting, and he enjoyed it, and he thinks that the Donald is, well, I mean, the way that I read it is that the Donald is very, I mean, he doesn't have a position on it. When he came out against it, during the elections, that was all posturing because, yeah, it was all a political act. I mean, this guy, the Donald Trump, I mean, he might be a savvy businessman, but he's totally a whack job regarding, how he approaches these issues. Like, if he's serious about the birth certificate or any of these other issues, he should have been, a little bit more serious about it. But it looks like, I mean, he basically had nothing to lose by saying stuff like that. And I do recall the interview, obviously. He was asked if he was opposed to gay marriage, and he said yes, he was opposed to it. But the way that he answered the question, though, was very interesting because he didn't say things like, like a typical Republican would say. I believe in the sanctity of marriage or marriage as something like that, some stupid social Darwinist, social Christian Democrat bullshit, nonsensical response. But what we have with Donald is he said, "Well, I'm a conservative, so no, I'm against it." That's what he said. And he's totally playing a role here. He's role playing. I mean, he's thinking that I don't know. I don't know what his deal is. Maybe he's trying to get some publicity for his show, The Apprentice, and all that. It's funny that a conservative who portrayed himself to be a social conservative is going out there and attending gay weddings and buying expensive gay wedding gifts and all that. Anyway, so the Donald, ladies and gentlemen.